Is Nancy Adhiambo Adongo. I come from Homa Bay County, a place called Oyugis. The missing person is my eldest sister. She's the firstborn in the family of 5. Her name is Doti Apondi Adongo Goga. She was when she disappeared, she was around 38 years old, because she's a born 75, and she did hotel management. Previously, before she disappeared, she used to work at Nando's. She started with Steers, then she moved to Nando's. That's when she lost her job. So the time before she disappeared or she got lost, she had been jobless. So she decided to come back home. So by then, Nendala, Moro might lose, you have nowhere. Yeah. Then she was jobless. She decided to come back home. So coming back home, that's when the deceased Were found her home, because he was doing his campaign door to door. And he asked my mom, he was with my dad, and asked him, what's she doing for a living? And my mom said she's done hotel management, but currently she has lost her job, so she's job hunting. Then Were said, that's a coincidence, because currently I have some businesses where I can't concentrate on. I need somebody I trust and somebody who can manage them for me, because I'm on full-time campaign. So if she's okay with it, she can follow me back to Nairobi, so that at least I can, to Meru, so that I can offer her a job and also housing at the same time. She won't be paying rent, because I have a big house which I don't stay in. So she can live there. There's a houseboy with her alone. And at first my sister was so adamant, because being born in a family where but you've been in the estates and what have you, she's never stayed with somebody. So it took some convincing from my dad, who managed to convince her, and she accepted. Were himself is the one that provided the fare. So he followed Were after around 1 week. She went to Nairobi, then took a vehicle to Meru, which she reported back and said she arrived safely and she's there. She stayed there for 1 or 2 weeks, but she kept lamenting to my mom, because she's mama's girl. Like, oh, mom, my uncle, he's an uncle to us. He's the cousin to my dad. He likes having late meetings, which are so weird to me. Then my mom was like, he's a politician. Obviously, he has to have strategic meetings for his campaign. But at 11, 12, it went on like that till the 3rd week of her being there. She went quiet. She wasn't on phone. She wasn't calling. And being somebody who calls her mom 24/7, like, Mom, I've done this. Mom, I've done this. My mom became worried. And then she started calling us to start looking for her. Then we're like, how do we look for her? I know you guys are on Facebook, those kind of stuff. You can get her through that. And I remember my sister responding to her that, how can we look for her and yet she's offline? Normally Facebook, we use the same phone. Yeah, your daughter likes fasting. Maybe she's fasting and she's switched off. No, whenever she goes in her fasting, she normally alerts me. Then I gave her the advice, why don't you call Uncle, Mr. Were, and ask him where she is, because she stays in his house. Then he said, okay, let me call. When he called Mr. Were told my mom, my sister got a job at KCB Bank, Migori. Then my mom asked him, my daughter has not done any banking job. What job is she doing in the bank? Then he said, she's got a job there. My mom did not leave it at that. Then she told me, then I was in Asumbi doing some attachments. Then she told me, you are in Asumbi. Why don't you go that way and go to Migori and ask? I went to Migori. I met the bank manager, who told me they've not had any new employees. He even made a call across to Nairobi, and he was told there is no new employment currently, and that particular name is not in their system. Even on those, they normally have these casual workers, even for the casual workers. So I came back. I came now home. Then we stayed with my mom for like a week. After staying with her for like a week, she told me, now I'm becoming worried. Then I made the suggestion that why don't I go to Meru? We find out for ourselves. Maybe she's just within Meru. So I made a trip to Meru. But by the time I was making the trip, Were himself was not around. He was in Oyugis doing his campaigns. So I went to Meru. Reaching Meru, I had a friend. She's a distant relative. We had spoken earlier and she was ready to house me. So when I went there, she said, I have heard that name. It's familiar. Let me find out where exactly he stays. Then I said, it's okay. So she found out where she was staying and I went to that particular house. He gave me a cousin of his. He said, I understand that guy is you don't joke with, so don't go alone. He gave me a cousin of hers. We went with the guy. We went till the house. Going, I found the houseboy. I introduced myself, told him that is my sister and she's been missing. So then he made a sarcastic laugh. Then he said, missing? She's just around. You know? Then I said, where? So entering this house, there's a wall unit. I noticed my sister's Bible just in the sitting room because it was written on the edges. It was a secondary school Bible, so she had it till that time. Then I asked her, she left her Bible behind. I told you your sister is just around. Then I said, did he even leave her other stuff apart from her Bible? Yeah, in fact, let me take you to the room where she stays. And he said, I can take you around because, the power is off and the CCTV is off. I even asked him, why are you people putting CCTV inside the house? Is it a bank? Then he said, hapana, mdozi ndo upenda hivyo. So we walked. It was a maisonette. We first walked to the first floor. Found my sister's bedroom at the end of on the right side of that. I found her towel. It was hung on the bed. It was a double-decker bed. It was still damp, like it had just been used. Then there was a sweater top, a green one, and a truck. Then I asked, hey, kwani she left her clothes here and her towel is damp. Is somebody using it? Then he made again another comment like, yeah, I told you your sister is just around. Then I saw her suitcase. I spotted her suitcase. Then I opened it and saw her clothes inside. I said, wow. There was a table there, like a small dressing mirror. It didn't have a mirror, but there was her creams, her makeup. It was just on the table. Down under that table, there was her shoes. Then I asked, did my sister leave her stuff? Then I even told him, can I carry them? Ati hapana, mdozi atanitetesha. In fact, hata hajui nimekuleta hapa. I saw he was a little bit panicking because he said, twende haraka, unajua huwa natuma mtu once in a while kama yuko kuja kuniangalia. Because saizi anaona ni kama CCTV imezimwa. Then immediately I left that room, I noticed at the corner, just next to that room, there was a door. It was a normal door with a grill. Then I asked him, hey, kwani mko na security kali aje? Mpaka mko na safe kwa nyumba? He said, hapana, hiyo ni ofisi ya mdozi, yeye ndo huwa anaingia. Ni room yake, enda anasafisha, enda anafanya. Nikamuuliza, what does he do there? Hata mimi hata sijui, sijawahi ingia hiyo room, sijui ni nini. I just went. Then nikamuuliza, ni bedroom yake? Ati hapana, bedroom yake sasa iko juu ya hii rooms zetu hapa. Kaambia sawa. Nikamuuliza, na wewe unalala hapa? Ati hapana, umeona pale karibu na jikoni? Mimi bedroom yangu iko huko. Sasa huko mimi wasikuji, nakuja tu nikifanya usafi. Then I left. I walked out. Then I asked him, now you are saying my sister is around. Where in particular? He laughed again and said, yuko hai, yuko tu. Then nikamwambia, then here is my number, nipigie ukipata information. Just take my phone, call me if you have the information. Then he said, nitakupigia tu, but sina simu. Nikamwambia, shika credit, utaweka kwa simu yoyote.
Hold kidogo. Nitakupigia tu. Hapo tu hii light yangu inaenda. Nitakupigia tu, tuende.
Okay. And akaniambia nitakupigia tu. Then I left. I gave him money for credit, and I left my phone number. So the next day I was a little bit idle. Then I said, huku Meru, what do you guys do for ati hakuna? I called a former colleague, former schoolmate. Nikamwambia, niko around Meru. Naishi wapi? Tunaishi Maua. Maua to Meru is a distance. So I decided to go visit her. On my way there, I received a call. Akaniambia, mimi ni ule kijana wa Were. I wanted to tell you where your sister is, but don't come to the house. We fika tu hapo kwa mosque where he stays. There is a mosque by the road. And it's behind prison. So there's a mosque, prison, then his house. Then nikaambia nisifike, ati wewe usifike. So mwana hizo makamera siwezi kuongea na wewe tukiwa pale. Pale kwa barabara tutaongea freely. Nikaambia sawa. So I was halfway the journey. I decided hapana, this is what brought me here. I told my friend I can't continue with the journey. Siwezi kuja. Whatever brought me here, I think I have some link about it. Let me go back. Kanambia ni sawa. I went back. When I was almost reaching town, I called the same number. Then that guy told me, mwenye alitumia hii simu, amekatwa amepelekwa hospitali kwa nini? Na pa polisi. So there's that long time, not everybody used to have phones those days. So I said, maybe this guy doesn't want to take the phone. Wacha nifike tu. When I reached, I took a motorbike. Meru town, I took a motorbike to there. It's just within town though. So reaching, I said, there's that car fear. Aliniambia nisifike. So I reached, there was just a shop next to a few meters from the house. Nikafika hapo close. I called. After calling, I heard the phone ring behind me because I was standing outside the shop. Then this person peeped through these small holes of the shop. Wewe ndo unapiga? Wewe ndo unataka kijana Were? Ati hujakutana na gari ya polisi hapo? Nikamwambia nimekutana nao kwa hiyo corridor. Ati amebebwa na hiyo gari. Sijui nini imefanyika, wamekatana ndani ya nyumba huko. Nikasema, now this is, nikamuuliza amepelekwa district. So I decided to follow it to district hospital. Reaching there, I found some policemen with some two ladies. They had been bandaged their arms, but they were talking in Kimeru. So I asked a lady, what are these people saying? Ati walikuwa kwa Were, and all of a sudden there was slashing of pangas. They went to ask for a house to rent. I understand Mr. Were has rental houses. So all of a sudden there was slashing of pangas. Now funny enough, this guy, it's like something was cutting him with the pangas. He had the panga himself, but something caused paka his back. So these ladies sustained some injuries on the arms. So I said, all of a sudden I saw him being wheeled back to the ward. Then I followed him. Then I asked him, you told me my sister is Anganambia, where hiyo nyumba iko na mazinga umbwe? Kambia, how? That house is possessed. Umeona vitu zimenikatakata, juu nilikuwa nataka kuambia penye sister yako wako. Sister yako wako hai, yuko tu. Lakini, sioni kama. Ona vile nimekatwa. Ni sababu sikutaka kuongea. Nikamuuliza umekatwa na nani? Wajambazi ama ni nani? Hata mimi hata sijui. But lakini enda Meru town, place fulani utapata fundi anaitwa Silas. Unashona manguo, atakwambia penye sister yako wako. Ama information kuhusu Mr. Were. Nikamwambia sawa. So before I went, I decided hapana, this is something that now is beyond us. I went to the police station. Going to the police station, I went to report a missing person. So I found the officer that was in the reception putting back his firearm. Then I told him I have come to report a missing person. Kaniuliza where was she, how did she get lost? Nikamwambia mtu mkubwa kama huyu namtafuta. Huyu ameenda kuoleka. Where was she? Nikamwambia alikuja kutoka home kwa Mr. Were. Akaniambia hiyo nyumba tena. Hapana, hiyo nyumba imekuwa na scandals za watu kupotea. Mimi siwezi kuandika kesi yako. Acha nikupeleke kwa OCS. This guy took me to the OCS. The OCS took my case. He wrote the OB himself. Booked it himself, gave me the OB dama, told me come tomorrow, we'll tell you who has your case, who is handling your case. So the next day before, when I was preparing, I received a call. It was the OCS. Atikuja hapa Mr. Were amekuja, anaweza kutuelezea zaidi. So I coming, the guy was ready to grab me. So what saved me was he was sitting on the other side of the table or sitting on this side of the table. The OCS was sitting there. And I found him reading my statement. Then I even asked the OCS, is this really legal, what you're doing? Because I don't think he's supposed to read my statement. ati hapana, unajua amesema ni political, how do you call it, political rivalry. Sasa nimempea statement asome ndio ajua kuna anything political here. You know, this guy took the statement and cut it into small pieces, then put it back into the file and threw it to the OCS and said, this is propaganda. Young lady, umekuja kuniharibia maisha, utajua mimi ni nani. So it was a throwback, anataka kunigrab. It took some intervention of police, nikatolewa hapo. So I called the lady that I'm staying in her house. Nikamwambia, hii na hii nimefanyika. Naambia, I understand that guy is dangerous. Taka mwenye aliniambia kwake akaniuliza tu, what do I want to go and do in his place? What you do, just walk a little, there's a distance from there to, just a walking distance, there's a DCI office. Go to the DCI office. They deal with thorough investigations. I went to the DCI's office. They listened to my case. They picked up the case. They started doing the investigation. After some time, they called me and told me the case has reached this point and we are taking the file to court. We want to get a search warrant. You know, we have to get something to base the case with. If we get even the stuff you are saying, well and good. They didn't take even 2 days. They got the search warrant and we went Pakawere's house. We're reaching there, he was called. Tuko kwako, tunataka kufanya search. And we need you. We can't do a search without you. The guy came, furious like a lion. Akauliza tu, is that lady there? Kasema, yes, she's present because she's the one that can identify her sister's stuff. The guy came furious and what he grabbed was his gun from his pocket, his waist. I can shoot you. So because there was a lot of policemen, they stood in front of us. One grabbed the gun from him. Akasema, I'll allow you to search this house if this lady does not step my compound. Otherwise, she steps there, we'll shoot her. The police said, it's okay, hataenda, tutaenda sisi. So I remained with some policemen, some went, including the OCS. Wakaingia, wakafanya hiyo search. They came back and told me, hatujafanya kupata chochote. Ambia hata suitcase, hatujapata chochote. Then one said, maybe ametoa juu amejua, we are after him. Kamuliza, nikaweleza hiyo nyumba, kasema pana, penye ametukataza ni hiyo room yake, but the rest of the place tumesearch. Kamuliza, then that search is not worth it. So I stayed in Meru for like 2 days. I kept pressuring them. So the DCIO kept saying, we are still in, the investigation is still on, the investigation. So while I was there, the lady I'm staying with had stayed in Meru for a very long time. So she was familiar with people around here. So one day somebody approached her and asked her, are you staying with a lady called Sonso in your house? And he said, yes. Why? Ati, ebu tell that lady to leave Meru. Ati, why? Ati, Were is really hunting her and I heard him talk with somebody. Aenda mtoi kwa nyumba. And this is somebody that comes to your house frequently. So, this lady called me. Akanambia, I need you to rush to Nairobi. Natoka job saa hizi, nakuja kukudrop stage. Something is not right. Where is looking for you? And I understand he's a very dangerous man. I said, why is he looking for you? Anasema unamsabotage. So I decided to leave Meru. That night, I traveled at night back to Nairobi. So I kept calling the officers who were taking care of the case. It just went like that. So I told my mom, hapana. Pia wewe enda Uyugiso report. Because I've reported as a sibling. Sasa wewe as a mother, go and report. The next day, my mom went to Oyugis police station, reported her daughter missing, wrote the case. The same way she was told, come tomorrow, we'll tell you the officer who has your case. My mom came back the next day around mid-afternoon, only to find the page, you know, the way they have the OB book, they normally record. That page was not there. She had the OB number, and the same OB number she had, another person had been given. It's like somebody transferred the page, the information on that page somewhere, but omitted the one that my mom reported. Then an officer, I remember, was called Chir, asked him, Mama, hii kesi, kuna mtu mnajua hapa ndani ya station mwenye anahusika na mheshimiwa? Then my mom said, I don't know anybody. Me came as a mother who is looking for her daughter. Kanambia pana, this has never happened in our station. This has never happened here. So my mom went back. Then she said, what do I do? Akanambia, sasa wacha tu tujue what to do next. So she kept back and forth, only to find out where his wife was working in that same station. By then, understand, now she's in Kisii or something. She was working in that same station. So later on, the Chirichiri officer is the one that passed the information. Ati nimejua mwenye alirarua. She called my mom personally. Kaambia najua mwenye alitoa ile information. Kuna mwenzetu mmoja ni bibi ya mheshimiwa. Na ni kama yeye ndiye alitoa hiyo kitu. Because cases watu wanapitia, ofisa ameruhusiwa kupitia, ajue kesi yake ni gani. So it went on like that. So we had been back, forth. Whenever we go anywhere, you find there's a blockage. One particular time I called the officer in Meru. You know what he told me? Madam, I don't want to lie to you. No officer is willing to take up Were's case. You either go to a remote area, transferred, or you lose your job, or you lose your life. These three things. So my mom decided to face Were on phone and just called and asked him, please give me back my daughter. You're going to face the law. You know, the way a mother can threaten somebody, you're going to face the law. Give me my daughter. Then he laughed on the phone and told my mom, hakuna penye utanipeleka. Oroho Juada is the internal minister, security minister. Hakuna penye utanipeleka. Tunakula sahani moja. Tumeoa place moja. Kuna kitu utanifanya. And that is how we went back, forth. Whenever you go there, unaambua, endo utafute OB ya Meru, endo ufanye hivi, go. So it was just like that till the cases just went cold. My mom went in depression till she passed.
Which year was
She
that?
passed last year.
Which year did Dottie get lost?
Dottie got lost in 2010 in October.
And now it's around 10 years.
15 years down the line. She disappeared in October 2010. Even the guy that had the information about my sister, I followed up and found the next day alikuwa ametolewa hospitali. He had been discharged. There's the mtu wa kilo wa the clothes guy. The tailor, I followed up while I was still in Meru. This guy I met and I told him who I was, and he called a certain guy who I later came to understand was Were's in-law. He married the sister, the wife that died. Then this guy asked me, are you sure you want to pursue this case? Are you ready to meet your death? I prefer you let nature take its course, or if God can take care of it, let it be God. Because for one, Were is very dangerous. Number two, you'll either disappear like your sister or you will die. So just let it go. And this is somebody who I was told is Were's, the brother to Were, his wife, the one that had passed. So when he told me like that, I came back, told the same lady told me, I've heard about him, but you know, me, I don't know him in person, so I don't know anything about Were, and I don't know anything about his life. But the more people I've met asking about him, the more people have warned me, this guy is dangerous. Keep your distance.
Okay, so right now, do your family have any message or appeal you'd like to share with the public or authorities?
Right now, I know, and I've really known that most people fear. During my mom's funeral, some people hinted. You know, there are those diehard followers of his. And there was a stern warning about border people passed across to Were, which made him not come to my mom's funeral, that he either produces my sister, dead or alive, or he doesn't stay at that funeral. So, you know, you have to send your diehards to go and eavesdrop on that. So some, I understand, were talking in the kiwanja that the lady is just alive. The village is not mentally stable as we are talking. Till some of them said, sangemwacha tu akuja zike mama yake. Hata kama ni kumbeba tena mbebe. So we are just appealing because we know people feared opening up. Right now, there is no more fear. At least somebody can even tell us either if she was buried somewhere or she's alive or mentally unstable somewhere the way she was. At least we can have some closure, because that's the closure that my mom cried to till her death.
So right now, what support would you people need that will be helpful to your family?
You know, like right now, okay, assuming, because it's just assumption, assuming she was held somewhere, maybe in Were's house, the authorities have the mandate to even open up that house and do the search themselves and even find out, is she there or not? Just to, you know, the clearing of doubts. We want our doubts cleared. what happened, what really happened, because we are sure you can't, if he was, my sister disappeared, he can't be that he acted alone. There must be some, maybe he sent somebody was involved, because the sister I knew could not even leave her handkerchief behind, leave alone her clothes, her handkerchief behind. So we are just appealing, even the government can help us, because this is something that they've been keeping off. You see the cases that they've been covering up. Nobody's, even you're being told by a police officer, I can't take care of that case because that case will land me somewhere very bad.
So you can just put across your main request as a family right now, at least to help with the leads.
Right now, as a family, we are just praying and asking and requesting whoever will have information about my sister, please, because financially this thing has drained us. My mom sold her entire cattle had just because of this case, because when somebody knows you're desperate, this person will take advantage of you. Somebody will tell her, oh, I saw your daughter somewhere, I need fare to go. Right now, because we didn't want her hopes to raise her, so at times she could call me, call my siblings, I need money, this, and we tell her, bado tuna pesa, we are looking for money. Then she will just take her cow, sell, just for the sake of that person to get that. We are just appealing. My mom, at least we know she'll have some peace of mind, because she cried even to her sickbed. She wants to see her daughter one more time. She wants her daughter to come back home. That was her appeal. She even had plans that, anajua kikuja nitampeleka ngambo, you know. We're just requesting whoever can have that information, please just come up and tell anybody. They can even come to you guys, they can come to us, reach out to us, so that at least we can have some closure, because there's a saying in Luo, better the one you've buried than the one that just disappears. Because we are sure she didn't leave the country. We went to the immigration office with her ID number. She didn't get any passport. She hasn't got any passport in her name.
So as a family, so far, was her disappearance affect? How was the disappearance? How did the disappearance of Duty affect your family so far?
So far, in fact, my mom and my dad, my mom died in very bad terms with my dad, because to her, it's my dad who released her daughter. And then to her, you know, it reached a point, Mr. Were sandwiched my dad with the whole story. Till he made my dad, he was the bursary chairman. So my dad was not seeing beyond his nose, because he doesn't see. Then he was like, that's a girl, she may get married somewhere, she's disappeared somewhere. So when my dad finally saw the light that now this is what is happening, you know, he opened up and told Mr. Were, where is my daughter? So after asking, the next time immediately he asked, he was fired on the spot. He found another chairman, when he went for the meeting and found he had been replaced immediately. He was no longer the chairman, now somebody else was the bursary committee chairman. So it broke my family, that I can't lie. To the extent my mom wasn't in terms, because to her she was feeling that, okay, this is, my dad is my dad and Mr. Were are first cousins. So she was feeling that your relative doesn't want to give me back my daughter. And you are not doing anything, because my dad is sort of soft-spoken. So he was like, you are not doing anything. You're not talking about it. You should be talking about it at all costs. You should be doing something about it. But he wasn't. So it broke them. The two of them were not that close.